Hello, I'm John, he's Dave. This is Passive Income Summit. Stand by. Hello and welcome to Passive Income Summit. I'm John, he's Dave. You're watching Passive Income Summit. And please, if you like our videos, please subscribe and don't forget to what?
Hit the bell.
Yep, so you can be alerted whenever we post a new one. So today we're going to be talking about Aladdin Bot. Funky name, kind of magical.
Never liked that name.
Never liked the name, but it's turning into a pretty good platform.
What I want to emphasize is what kind of analysis makes something good, and why do we think this thing has got some legs to it?
Well, I like the fact that they just did a meeting in Dubai with several leaders, and we got good feedback from that, and that they're advancing the platform, making it more secure, putting measures in place to kind of keep it going.
Well, that's the point I want to make. These kind of companies, they need to, all these companies, they need to slow walk the money to the customer.
But not like,
not
oh
overly.
my God, slow walk.
Well,
but a little bit.
What I mean by that is that the tiny measures that they put in create longevity for the company. For example, they changed the withdrawal minimum. Now it's a $100 minimum.
Right, whereas before you could do with
$10.
$10 and $10, and
right.
it was like no big deal. Now it's $100.
Right.
So that slows it down a little bit. And now
the other one is referrals, payments. You have to actually put in a $400 amount. You can't just go for a free ride and sign up a bunch of people underneath you and just get the commissions.
Right, so if you sign up a bunch of people and you've got a couple $100 or $300 or $400 in your account, you can't get that money unless you invest. The minimum is $400
right.
to get that money out.
But it accumulates, your referrals. So it's kind of a nice way for them to encourage the quote affiliate types, the marketers, to bring in more people at the same time that you can. Then create the flow back to you when it's appropriate.
Right, and now you can on this platform on Aladdin Bot, you can withdraw your stake, so your money's always available to you. But that now takes a little bit of time too.
Right. Well, I mean, it's normal for a staking position to take longer. They got to pull it out of trading, and it's actually pretty quick. It was tested by someone we know, and it took 4 days to get out of staking and 1 day for withdrawals, which all profit withdrawals basically are 1 day.
Right, so 5 days, and this is a 7-day-a-week platform, so that's a good thing.
7 day a week is just, it has a good ring to it.
Yeah, you're making money 24/7.
Typically, they're 5 day a week, Forex type of platforms, and this one, the way they trade, they're able to do it every single day.
And they added another level to this whole thing, because the way it's been is you haven't been able to auto compound anything. You had to take your money and then reinvest it, and if you put in $400, you had to wait till you accumulated $400 before you could put it in. And then at the $2,000 level, you had to wait till you got to at least $2,000 and then $8,000.
Right. So there's now 4 ways to invest. One is the $400, one is the $2,000, one is the $8,000, and now
the new $2,000 level. But that one auto reinvests.
It's auto reinvest. You have to hold in that for 90 days. Another provision that creates longevity for the company.
Right. So that's nice. And the first one, the $400 level, is doing 1.5%. The $2,000 level is doing 2%, and then $8,000 and above is 2.5%. So you're getting more than 10% a week, even at the bottom level. But they're not guaranteeing the 1.5.
Right, it's variable.
It's variable up to 1.5.
I'm predicting they're going to hit it 5 days out of 7 days kind of thing, rather than every single day.
Yeah.
And they'll probably look at the books and say, okay, we're not earning that much. And by the way, they disclose all the investments they're in. You can go in the back office, you can see all the different companies.
Yep.
And the one complaint that I've heard universally is that I'm not in control of my money, and that's true. You give up control.
Yeah, but you do that if you're in a 401k, if you're in a bunch of things. You don't control your money directly for most people.
Well,
most people.
I would say that the assurances, all the regulation and all that thing tends to be a safer place to have your money. And this is, a little bit of the Wild West where the money's, across the world, and and there's really no contracts, and
and that's why we always tell you, do not invest any funds you cannot afford to invest and lose.
And this is for risk capital. This is the part of your portfolio where it's higher risk. You're going to have the different.
You're going to have your stocks. You're going to have your bonds. Yeah. You're going to have maybe your precious metals, and you play a little bit in the forex or wherever.
Even a CD. Can you imagine?
Yeah, and then you have your. This is my little high risk money, and that's the money you put into this.
Right, that's right, and proportional to how much you have available to invest in overall. Everyone has a different level of risk, and I find it kind of humorous when people will say, "No way, none of this crypto-related forex stuff," because look at the results that people have gotten in their own portfolio at times. 50% drop suddenly because of certain market conditions. And here we are, we're looking at possible real estate, is that going to collapse 20% down next year and
next year or the year after that? Yeah, who knows? Well, just look, we're all down just because of inflation.
Yeah.
The dollar doesn't buy as much, the dollar's worth less. I go to the store now and I get to the cash out and I start to choke on the number. It really hurts.
Okay, John, let me make this question for you.
Sure.
Who should not be in something like Aladdin Bot? Let's take the reverse of everything we're talking about here.
Who should not be in? Quite honestly, anybody who is really nervous about their investments, who is like, I want my money now. If you want your money right this second, you're not going to get it.
Absolutely.
Anything that just, if you're uncomfortable with risking money and doing a high risk investment, don't do these things.
Yeah.
It's just not worth your sanity.
It's going to drive you crazy, and we see it with in some of the chats we're in. The panic button people are there.
Well, even some of our friends that we've talked to about different investments,
right,
they start to just glaze over and panic at the thought of crypto,
right,
anything.
Sure.
And these aren't even really crypto investments. You're not buying Bitcoin and holding Bitcoin like you would a stock or anything else. These are, you're using crypto as a mechanism to place your investment.
I got another question for you. What about, this probably happens more often than if somebody has a significant other and they can't tolerate risk, but I want to be in the game. What should that person do? Should they hide this from the other person?
No. But what you can do is you can have a serious conversation and say, look, I want to allocate this amount of funds, and get to an agreement on how much funds that you can invest and risk. And that way everybody's, okay, I don't like it, but I know you're only risking this amount.
All right, everything should be transparent. Everything should be out in the open. You're going to have plenty of people, if you're investing in these things, that will look at you sideways and think, what are you doing?
Well, there's some people I just don't talk about too, because the eyes glaze over and they don't understand, and they don't really want to understand.
They don't want to understand. And that's the bulk of the population out there. They have a resistance towards anything like this, that we consider blockchain, cryptocurrency here to stay. And then you've got...
Well, okay, wait, Dave, have you ever bet on a football game?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, and there's a point spread, and the guy fumbles the ball, and your point spread just went to hell?
Yeah.
It's not much different than that in a lot of ways. You're making an educated guess as to what you think your team or your investment's going to do,
right,
and you're betting that it's going to go the way you want it. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
The goal is to be on a winner, and you ride that horse, and you feel good, but with the idea that.
So what do you do? Look, we said this. So whatever investment you're in, you want to look at getting your seed capital out in the shortest amount of time possible.
Yes.
So let's look at the $400 level. 1.5%, 7 days a week. We're talking 10.5% per week. That means it's going to take me 9 weeks to get my seed out.
Right. If you're withdrawing every opportunity, you're withdrawing. It's 9 weeks to break even.
Yeah, and then if I'm at the $2,000 level, well, that's 2%. That's 14% per week. So that's going to be about 7 weeks.
7 weeks.
And then you got the at $8,000 and above. You're at 2.5%. You're probably at about, 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So,
right.
it all depends on how much money you're willing to risk, how fast you can get your money out. But once you get your money out, the difference is on this platform, the money doesn't evaporate. It's still there. So you get your money out, you still have, let's say you put 400 in, at the end of 9 weeks, you've got your $400 out, but you still have $400 in, still earning for you.
And as far as how long this company might last, they're doing all the right things. They're regular communication. They're doing Zooms. They're talking about new upgrades. They did the Dubai event. It was low profile, but they meet certain leaders. They talk about it. It spreads like that. So
and we got the information from those leaders, and they actually sent a video of everything. So we got to see a lot. But we don't project out long term on any platform.
No, it's get that seed out, and then it's all gravy at that point.
Yeah. So you're on this one. You're looking at just over 2 months to get your money out, and then it's the house money from there on out.
Right. And so there you have it, Aladdin Bot. We still think, thumbs up on it?
Yeah, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Actually, 2 thumbs up for me. I think it's doing great. But again, we always caution you, don't do something you can't afford to do and that you don't have the temperament to do.
Yes.
So that's it for us today. Again, please, if you like what we talk about, please subscribe to the channel and then click the bell. And that's it for this week. We'll talk to you again soon. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
The information in this video is for educational purposes only and is not investment or financial advice. You should independently verify and confirm all such information. The passive income industry is risky, and you should only invest the amount of money you can afford to lose.